You know that extra card in every Pokemon pack? Turns out they're not just filler cardboard. After extensive research and careful detective work, I've discovered that these cards are used for an online Pokemon trading card game.
That's a twist. That's very twisty.
What's up, my little meat whackers? Immediately when I saw the word game on the back of the card, I got hungry. Starved for more juicy content, I decided to follow the trail of breadcrumbs left on the back of the card. I'm able to confirm now that this is indeed a video game, and you know what that means. It's time to guess the Metacritic for Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Signing into the game, I recognize the state of it. This shit is old as balls. Being an online game, I had to wonder if it still had a healthy population. But then I saw something potentially damning to this whole operation. Apparently, this old-ass dickhead game was in the process of being sunset. My heart grew heavy and tears began to flow when I realized that reviewing and guessing the Metacritic scores for this game would be useless now. It'll be dead and dusted soon. I really need to do a better job of picking the games that I do guess the Metacritic for. Bye! Obviously, I'm joking, you dumb bitch. Pokemon Trading Card Game Online will be dead soon, but if you would have just read more on that page, you'd see it's being replaced with something bigger and better. At least I hope so. This is fine. This is totally fine. I'm great at adapting to change. At the detest of my internet provider, I decided to download the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Initially, it seemed like the game was doing a great job of showing me where I can give it my money, the shop and the battle pass, even making sure to remind me of my poverty. But soon I found out this game actually doesn't have any microtransactions, and all of that needs to happen in the real world. You need to give your money for cardboard, to which you take the cardboard to your PC or phone, and then get the stuff there. So kind of not really microtransactions. It's more of a dual threat of money spending. Yeah, this game thinks it's pretty slick. Well, get ready to bow, Mr. Business. Over the years, I've collected a solid chunk of these little puppies. I would say I have quite a bit, and at least I think. Most card opener streamer guys flash the code at you every time they open a pack, so I'll make sure to do that now. I wasn't entirely sure how many of the codes had been used, haven't been given some of those cards, like probably 20 or 30 of them friends had just given me, so I know I haven't used any of mine. Some of theirs were up for speculation, who knows? Somebody might have just given me their garbage, which wouldn't be the first fucking time. If I'm gonna have a leg up on the competition when I start up this thing, I'm gonna need to scan them all. I counted and I have about 147 of them. A nice, well-rounded 150 does sound nice. And it's almost tempting enough to get up and go see if Winko sells them. It is 1 in the morning, so maybe the time here is saving me and my wallet a little bit, but it's very tempting. It was tempting. I got about 10 of the QR codes scanned before it started rejecting them. At first, I was concerned, thinking that a good number of these cards were given to me had already been used, and that's shitty, but what am I supposed to do? I'm literally using the cards that I've been dealt, you know? So I went through the pile and grabbed some cards that I know I had collected myself, like the Detective Pikachu and the Celebrations cards, but even those were getting rejected. Now that's where the real concern started to come in. I decided to do a Google, and fuck me running. I found something corrupt, sinister, vile. Something that would make any Pokemon master's head spin with rage. Apparently you can only scan 10 codes a day. I decided I should just collect the 10 I had scanned and be done for the day. But then I had the wacky idea to scan another code just in case. And sure enough, it worked. I was able to get the scan. It's not that you can only do 10 a day, it's that you get 10 every collection. Google made a mistake. Like the incompetent, idiotic, stupid, incoherent, shitbird, asshole search engine that it is. Its first result was for Pokemon Sun and Moon, not Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Anyone can see that, just apparently not Google. I kind of wished I could scan them all at once and do one giant opening event. Instead, I had to opt to just do 10 at a time and get it over with as quickly as possible. It's pretty disappointing, but it's not that major of an inconvenience. I tried to watch every card that popped up to have kind of like an experience with it, but then I got bored and opted to just look at all the shiny ones at the very end and see what I got that were the coolest looking. I was a bit confused on why the game was taking my cards and giving me in-game credits in exchange for them, but I figured it had a good reason to do it without my consent. I also noticed it occasionally let me open packs instead of just looking at individual cards, which was pretty cool. I wish it would do this with every code I scanned. It would make the button clicking experience much better for me and probably everyone else. Around my fourth group of collections, I noticed something at the bottom of the screen. A collection limit. That was the reason it kept giving me in-game credits instead of letting me indulge my hoarding urges. Do not tell me how to live my life, Mr. Pokemon! After all was said and done, I barely got anything cool. Mostly dog shit. I gotta say, it's a pretty realistic card opening experience. Here's the prettiest cards I managed to pull. Surely, with this massive amount of cards, I should be able to hold my weight in most competitive online matches. I should be able to dominate. After all, I did the math and I was able to find out I spent about $730 on those packs of Pokemon cards, give or take. Well, not all, just me. Like I said, some were given to me by my friends, but that's about $730 worth right there. That's a lot. That's a lot of cards. 147 cards is a lot. The math was just 146 times 5. One card didn't work. It must have been given to me by a lousy lying sack of shit friend. No matter what, there's no possible way that pumping $750 worth of codes into this game won't give me great chances at becoming a Pokemon Trading Card Game Live master. Man, that name is hard to remember. It's a weird name. Pokemon Card Live, or something. I don't like the name. The name is too much. It's a mouthful. Building a deck will be easy. I'll pick the cards that look the most powerful, that I got a good number of. 2, 3, 4. You can have 4 at the most, apparently. That's the collection limit. I'll do my best to give my deck a couple different energies to work with, kind of round out the weaknesses and strengths and everything. I decided to build around 2 Urshifu Vs, 2 Calyrex Vs, 2 Calyrex V Maxes, and a Palkia V-Star. It made sense in my head, okay? I finished making my master deck. I threw myself into a Pokemon online battle, knowing I can't fail with the amount of money I put into this game and my insane Pokemon intellect. Yeah, so the first dude I came across had like a deck filled with insane cards, like nutty, insane, super rare, amazing cards. Started out real slow, but then I remembered I could read about halfway through. I sent the old Buster packing and grabbed my first win real easy, like GG's, bozo. Maybe the next guy, not me. Too fucking easy for me. Send me this trash. On to round 2. I'm starting to realize the waiting game can be very exhausting. It's nothing like the pros and how they play. Seriously, my second opponent must have been playing with his dong or his toes or his tongue or something. His penile strategy worked out. I got bored and I just threw the match so I can go next. Finally, a match without seeing a Lugia right off the rip. That had been happening a lot, actually. It's getting pretty boring. Yet again, this guy took forever to play. I honestly have no clue how people play this game without falling asleep half the time. Okay, so my deck might not be very good. I realized way too late that the whole V-Star Max Palkia thing wasn't that great of an idea. And it didn't really make sense with what I was doing at all. I got rid of the bum. And his water buddies too. And gave my deck new life with like 1,000,000 psychic energy cards. Calyrex about to win me games, buddy. Okay, so none of that happened. Playing casual mode was an actual living nightmare. Every person it match made me with had insane decks, and I felt hopeless. My cards were equal to the amount of $750. These people either paid double or triple that amount for their decks, or they play this game every second, but it's my third or fourth match, and I've just been getting my shit kicked in. There could be a few reasons for this. Maybe casual play has no skill-based matchmaking, no MMR system, and it's just completely random all the time. I'm fine with that. I actually kind of like that. It just kind of sucks that I'm so behind everybody. Could also be that there are no new players in the game, and everybody that loves Pokemon's been doing this for a long time, and I'm just a fake fan, is what some people say in the comments. What? You don't know shit about Pokemon? What are you doing playing Overwatch all the time? And you should have been training to become a Pokemon master. Is it really that important to you? You claim that it's important to you, but I see you out here making a deck with a Palkia V-Star and Urushu and Calyrex. That's like a billion different fucking energy types, man. What are you gonna fill the whole thing with 20 trading cards just to find the right one every time? Well, that seemed like some of those guys were doing that, and it wasn't really working for me, no matter what I did. And the guy comes out with like the 16 Lugias, fucking every type of Lugia in his goddamn deck. What am I supposed to do? He's spitting a Lugia right on my face! In case there was no skill-based matchmaking, I decided to try ranked and hope for a more fair and balanced playing field. Nope. Once again, everyone's decks are filled with insane cards. Unless I want to grind out hundreds of losing matches to get the cards that I would need to compete through free currency, I'll have to pull out the plastic just to stand a chance against these guys. I made sure to check the default deck the game gave me, and none of those cards were anything close to what my adversaries were using against me. It probably would have given me even less of a chance to win some of these matches. So, this was a bit different than the first two Guess the Metacritics. The card game is pretty basic. There's not a whole lot to touch on and review on. So instead, I've given you a full rundown of my first experience, like actually playing the game. After playing what felt like an eternity, it was only a couple hours, I can already tell how this game will play out in the long run. Give Mr. Pokemon your money if you want to succeed in the game. If you don't want to do that, you could just scan the codes and look at your cards on the desktop and big, pretty pictures. Not really sure what I was expecting, considering how most gaming is nowadays, but I do think there's some things they can do for new players. There should be some sort of smart deck builder for Nimrods like me to not have to spend days crunching the numbers on how to build a deck with specific cards that stand any chance against a meta, anything at all like that. The gameplay itself needs to be faster. That was one of the most boring experiences I've had with cardboard, and it only got worse as time went on. There needs to be more modes outside of casual and ranked. There needs to be a mode with just pre-deck builds that everyone has to use the same set of cards, so it's all set to a level playing field. And maybe like a mode where you can verse CPUs and like a storyline or something. As of right now, I feel like I'd have to play thousands of hours because it's like, it feels like a mobile game. I feel like I'd need that time in order to be able to compete with anybody out there. Trading cards online would be really cool, and it obviously fits in with the trading card game. I don't only want to speak negatively on the game. Graphically, it looks fine and the sound design is okay. Plus, there's no actual monetization outside of the shit you have to buy IRL, so if you consider that, microtransactions, obviously, I mean, at least you get cool-ass Pokemon cards with it, right? Like, that's cooler than what we get with most games. And if you're like me, you were already collecting Pokemon cards anyways. So that's a really cool thing. I like seeing a free-to-play game that wants you to play just because you love the game and you love the subject. You love Pokemon. So here's more Pokemon trading card stuff to do outside of just opening your Pokemon trade. That's cool. I like that a lot. It's probably the best part about this game is you can't just dump thousands of dollars into the game. You'll have to go onto eBay and do that with some guy over in New Mexico who's selling them for $5 a code. Damn. All this got me thinking about Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Color. Now that was one hell of a Pokemon trading card game. I mean, you had like gym leaders. They were like club leaders or some shit. You could get packs from them that you could open up after doing little story mode missions and everything. I think even Team Rocket was part of it. That was a really good game. And if they made a sequel to that, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I'd much more want to go download the emulator right now and just play that game. In fact, I think I have it on my Game Boy Color somewhere. That game was awesome. That's what made me even more excited to try this right now. I finally got around to trying it, and definitely lost the heart that it had. But a lot of games lack heart nowadays. It's more about money. Heart comes second, money comes first. I'm not even totally sure if this game will have a Metacritic score. I assume it does, but you never know. If I had to guess, I honestly don't know what critics would say, if critics even rate it at all. First guess, I want to say they won't rate it at all, that critics have not rated this. But that feels stupid. That feels dumb and bullshittic. Instead, I'm wondering if fate brought me to that $730 for a 7.3. But then I rounded up to 750. Maybe there's a reason I rounded up. Maybe to make it look more egregious. I'll say 7.3 from the critics. And from the audience, I'm going to guess, my brain is telling me 3.4. That feels right. I honestly do not see this game being very high from the audience. Now, I imagine a lot of sweaty Pokemon fans love the game. They get to just steamroll everybody. There's hardly a challenge most of the time. They're probably running into people like me. I can't be the only person who's just now trying this game. There's no fucking way. Pokemon is huge. And there's also little kids and shit. There's no smart deck builder. Do they just have their older brother Tony come over and fucking do it for them? Probably not. So 3.4. I said 3.4. 3.4 for the audience and a 7.3 for the critics. That's what you're getting from me. Yeah, that sounds... Dude, if that doesn't sound believable, then I apparently don't know anything about Metacritic or the users and critics at all, really. Okay, we'll do PC. Well, I was right. God damn it. What about the iPhone, iPad? God damn it. How new is this shit? Surprise. Well. It might be too new, or that no one cares enough about it to really give it a score. I never even took into consideration that maybe nobody gives a shit about playing Pokemon trading cards on your computer, or even how popular the scene really is nowadays. I don't know. I've always loved Pokemon more for collecting and for the video games. Not this video game. I mean, just like I really like Scarlet and Violet. I think they're very fun. Arceus was great, but I didn't see that one coming. There's just no score. And now, if you're watching this video 10 years from now and I'm dead and gone, go ahead and put in the comments what the score ended up being. Did they copy me? Was it way off? Should they have listened to me? I don't know. But for fun, because this is stupid as fuck, let's see if we can find scores for Trading Card Game Online, or whatever it was called before it was called Live. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm exempt from guesses this round, so that's okay. I wasn't too far off. I mean, it was probably a better game back then. There's a video clip of it right here, actually. Let's see what the trailer looked like initially. I imagine the song is going to be copyrighted, so fuck you. Ooh, trailer reaction. Oh, this is hype, dude. Whoa. Oh, man, those cards are definitely from older sets. Look at that. Well, maybe there's not music at all. Let's find out. Fucking asshole. Why is everything gotta start at full volume, man? Put it in the middle. Real world TCG purchases. Oh, grab that code. Grab that code, bitch. This looks pretty similar. I'm not sure why this needed a new game. Earn more cards. Okay, shit like that. Some of the UI is very outdated. And again, no goddamn mystery boxes. I mean, this looks pretty fucking similar. I don't know. I'm not sure how much weight the 78 and 6.5 can hold here. I'm sorry. When it comes to the guessing game, you never really know if you're going to show up and anybody's going to be there, man. There's no one there. I'm not even sure if I can write a review to fill that audience page. In fact, why not, man? Let's go back. Let's see if I can write a review. How do I do that? Prior to this game's release... Fuck you mean? There's no mention of beta or anything. It's still in beta, but after almost a year in closed access. Wait, I don't remember seeing beta anywhere. It doesn't even say beta on the thing. Oh, the fucking door, dude. This is blowing my goddamn mind. This thing is in beta. I don't see mention of beta anywhere. Not here, at least. Or how can you have a beta and not say it's beta or early access anywhere? Then you have a full fucking battle pass, all that shit. All that shit's taken care of. Yeah, it doesn't say beta at all. Well, I guess it's a beta, despite the in-game not mentioning that it's a beta or early access, not at any point and anywhere. I guess they're pushing that off until they have to initially call the full release. And I'm guessing when that happens, unless this significantly changes, the scores aren't going to be good. Fuck me, man. Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to give it a score. Oopsie dazzle. So, for me, I guess the score would be like a 2. Like a 2.2. I'll say I give the game a 2.2. It's not fun. It's boring. The only good part about it is the cards themselves. And even when you try to use them, everyone's got tens of thousands of hours. And I didn't have to like sign up for this or nothing. I just fucking downloaded it and I was in the game. It doesn't feel like a beta or early access. I don't know. If my thoughts change on it and it does improve, I will say something in the comments or do a follow-up video if I really have to. But as of right now, that's where we're at. Bye! Another perfectly executed guess the Metacritic and you decided to just exit out of the video after some idiot says goodbye? No! Again, I cannot keep reminding you that we have reviews to look at. Yes, this game doesn't have reviews technically, but its predecessor, which was almost the same thing according to that trailer, does have reviews. So, let's look at the critics for Pokemon Trading Card Game Online instead of Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. If you want to play Pokemon on the go, play the real games, play the card games, or play a game you've made up in your head. But do yourself a favor and don't bother with this free-to-play pile of shrubbish. Arcade Sushi, 50. Damn, that guy is really harsh. But I did give it a 2.2. Although I feel like there's no way it was... I don't know. We'll see when we get to the users, I guess. The only strength of the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online is that it recreates a great real-world trading card game. But it does it in such a half-hearted, slapdash way that I would much rather be playing the real thing. IGN, 60. Pokemon TCG is a collectible card game done perfectly for mobile. 100, a perfect score from 148 apps. Who the fuck is 148 apps? The fuck is that? That's your business name? What happens when you actually come up with 149? Is it gonna be 148 plus apps? What is that name? 148 apps plus? Huh? Well, there you have it. Some critics love it. It's their favorite fucking game of all time. It's a perfect game for some. For others, it's better to just play Pokemon Trading Card Game in your head. Just think really hard and you'll have more fun than the free-to-play one. Enough of that bullshit. Let's go to the users, baby. Extremely unbalanced. Right after tutorial, online players land 3 Stage 2 Pokemons in Churn 3, while I have only 2 Stage 1 cards in the deck in general. I think I understand what he's saying, and I actually kind of agree with D-Zuba 0 out of 10. I think I agree with him. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. Horrible. I hate this game. It could not be worse than it is. All I have to say, thank you for reading. 0 out of 10. Meme game RG. Yeah, that guy's straight to the point. I like that. That makes that shit easy. Awesome and addicting game. In the next patch, there will be a major overhaul for UI, and graphics will make the game even better. Good balance, many players, plenty of cards, and most important, you can trade with other people, so getting cards to your collection is easy. 10 out of 10. Velsu, you could trade in that one? Holy shit. Well, fuck this shit. Well, maybe they'll add trading eventually. That's cool, though. Oh, yeah, we're done. Fuck.